Mic check 1 2. 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 Big up everybody tuning in. Big up everybody tuning in. Welcome back. Welcome back. Random show settings. Random show settings. Random show settings. Random show settings. How you doing, people? How you doing, people? How you doing? How you doing? Talk to me. Talk to me. How you doing? How you doing? Things. Random show settings. Random show settings. Hope you're well wherever you may be right now. Hope you are all doing swimmingly. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're all doing great. Apologies for the delay. Apologies for the delay, but I just had to get myself situated and cleaned after the gym. Apologies for the delay, but we're here, ready to rock, ready to rock. Day number 8. Day number 8 of 31. Day number 8 of 31. Day number 8 of 31. Random show settings. Random show settings. Thank you for tuning in once again. Day number 31. 8 of 31. We're going to be saying 31 soon, but it's day number 8 of 31. How you guys doing? Let's talk to me. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Actually, what's happening here? Why have I got 2 chats open? Let's take this away. Let's take that away. Pick up everyone in the stream chat. If you're here and you're ready to rock, let me know in the stream chat. Holler at me. If you can hear me loud and clear, clear and well, holler at me. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me just have this. Some stuff here that's activated. My bad. 1 second. Gotta take all this shit off on here. Cool. That's all done. Let me get this chat box open so I can see what you guys are saying. Bear with me 1 second here. I'm a little bit prepared, but we're ready to rock. Let me get this zoomed out. Whoops, 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 whoops. There you go. There we go. Live. Cool, there we go. Cool, ready to rock. What's happening, people? What's happening in the stream chat? Sorry, I completely missed the stream chat because I had the wrong stream loaded up. But it should be good now. Big up everybody. Big up who's here? Big up Michael Roy, I see you earlier. Big up LB, big up Jack Donny Jr., Jaded. Oh yeah, there's American Readout video. No one spoil it for me, please. No one spoil it for me. There's an American Readout video I wanna react to right now. It just dropped like an hour ago, 2 hours ago. It's not really the best thing to do as a fucking fellow YouTuber. Usually you're not meant to react to people's stuff within 24 hours. You're meant to leave it, you know, to let them get the views. But I'm a tiny channel. I'm sure it's not going to fuck up American React shit. If it does fuck it up, I apologize profusely. I want to give him that fucking, you know, warning at the start. I want to preface it with that at the start, but I really do want to react to the American React video. I've just seen it on my YouTube. It just popped up on my feed and I want to react to it. I haven't seen it yet, so don't fucking spoil it. If you're in the chat, don't spoil it. I've not seen it just yet, so I want to fucking check out what's going on. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to read the rest of the chat because I think someone might have spoiled the rest of the chat. I'm not going to read the rest of the chat. I'm just going to move on and I'm going to put the American React video on right now. Watch it as the first thing because I don't even know. One of you motherfuckers probably just said the whole plot of the fucking video in the fucking stream chat. So I don't trust you guys. We got everybody tuning in anyway. I appreciate all of you. We're going to be mostly going through Schaub show stuff. We're gonna watch a bit of Schaub show. We're gonna go through some of the clips I pulled from the golden hour, and we're gonna pick up some other bits and bobs. It won't be a super long show, maybe about 2 hours and a half. Not gonna be super long, maybe about 2 hours and a half. And then after that, I'll go to bed, wake up, and then I'll stream again later on. I'll do a Taz in the afternoon and another random show, so you'll get a bit more content. Obviously, tomorrow's show will be members only, chat wise anyway, and rewatching. So if you want to watch it live, of course you can, but it will only be available to watch on the after, you know, on the whatever, what's that word called? Only be able to watch on demand, as DSP will say, if you're a member. And as you guys know, we're trying to hit 500 members by the end of July. We're trying to hit 500 members by the end of July. Currently on about 120, I think 120, 128, so not too far off, still not halfway, but we're getting there slowly but surely. So if you want to become a member, you want to join the channel, click the link down below in the description. You can opt in to receive a gifted membership. If someone gives a membership, you can gift the membership yourself if you want to as well. via the little cash icon on the little chat box down below as well. So if you want to join, help us hit the target of 500 members by the end of July. Click the link in the description, opt in for gifted membership, give out gifted membership by clicking the dollar link. If you don't want to do that, no problem. Like the channel, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and get involved in the chat, you know, join the Discord, all that good shit. You know how to do, you know how we do it, you know how we do it. Okay, blurb out the way, let's get going. American Redact video. This video is called Whistleblower Drops New Evidence on Brendan Schaub's Lawsuit. So let's see what's happening. So last thing that we've heard from Podcast Cringe is that the ex-founder CEO of Pure Spectrum was taking Brendan to court because he didn't fulfill any of his promises when he would hire him as an influencer, brand ambassador type of thing, right? He's also accusing Brendan of fraud and shit with the whole fucking wanting his special. You'd be surprised to get positive review bomb because Brendan felt as if he was getting negative reviews, not because the stand-up special was terrible, but because everybody in the Fighting the Kid hates him, and there's this, like, you know, movement to make him look bad. So in his, you know, intelligence, he thought, hey, let me go hit up Pure Spectrum guy and get him to help me out by positively review bombing my special. Obviously that's not allowed and that's not legal. He got in trouble for that, so that's why he's getting sued. And I've read on some Reddits, I've read in a couple of places here and there that some people are saying that this lawsuit ain't gonna really go anywhere because this one guy, he's not represented by a lawyer, blah 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 blah. Obviously it's not a criminal thing, it's a civil thing. It'll just keep dragging on, whatever. But so far it's been quite embarrassing for Brendan because it's basically exposed that he's been a scammer. He's been a bit of a, you know, a bit of a scammer, a bit of a fraudy, a bit of a cheeky chappy from the beginning. It's not even like he was doing this scam of like not fulfilling his influencer duties in the middle of his career or towards the end when he's like inundated with stuff, or when he's a bit like, you know, whatever, over it. He was doing this scam to in the beginning, you know, getting the money and not following through with the promises that he was, you know, or the things that he signed on for in order to get the payment. So it made him look bad, I think, that revelation. And obviously the fact that he clearly is very much affected by the things he hears and reads on the Reddit, on the YouTube and shit, so much so that he would go up, you know, and do this fucking stupid plan of trying to get his special positive review bond. That's where we left it so far. But American Redact has some more information, so I'm curious to see what American Redact has got, what he's heard, what he's been told through the grapevine. And yeah, let's see what I go on. American Redact, let's see. What's it called? Whistleblower drops new evidence on Brendan Schaub's lawsuit. I'm really curious to see what this is about. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Alright, so it looks like we've got a major development in the current lawsuit that Brendan Schaub is facing right now. Because just a few days ago, an official whistleblower entered the picture and dropped an atom bomb of information that further implicates Brendan Schaub in this alleged CBD fraud scheme. But before we get into that, I'd just like to add that, according to Brady Bell, the one who filed the lawsuit, Brendan was actually just officially served with the lawsuit at his local Lefty's Pizza.
No way. No. Oh my God. How embarrassing. How utterly embarrassing. Oh my God. He was sat in this restaurant with his family, enjoying a nice Napolitan. What do they serve there? What do they serve at Lefty's Pizza Kitchen? Oh, Brendan, how embarrassing. Lefty's, what's that? Lefty's Pizza Kitchen, Texas. Is it Napolitan pizzas? I'm assuming, right? Oh my God. Which one was it? It's probably gonna be this one, isn't it? Not Curbs. Is it Curbs I pick up? I don't know. I want to see which one it is. Which one would it be? Maybe it's this one. Maybe it's the first one. Let's check that first one. Is it the one? Yeah, it might be the ones. I checked by. I'm just trying to check to see if the windows are the same. I think it might be the one, isn't it? Menu. Let's check some of the photos. What do they serve here? Thin crust, deep crust pizzas. Looks pretty decent, isn't it? What you guys saying in the stream chat? Does it not look bad? Some deep dish, some decent salads. Picture of the toilet there in case you want to know what the toilet looks like. Yeah, some decent pizzas. I'm not gonna lie. Would you call this deep dish? Would you call that a deep dish pizza? It's not super deep, but I guess it's deep. It looks fucking good though, isn't it? Look at the dessert. Yummy, bro. Yummy. I would demolish that. I'm not gonna lie. It's not the worst place to get served. Not the worst place to get served. I'm not gonna lie. If you're gonna get served, yes, you're gonna be with your kids, like this person, right? You might be there with your kids, but at least you're eating some great food. At least you're eating some great food. Oh, by the way, I know you guys have it a lot in America. This is quite common, but I fucking love bars. I love bars like this. I remember when I went to LA. I forgot where it was. I remember when I went to LA, and what was that? That might be like 2018, right? A long time ago. I stumbled into this bar that was a karaoke bar. I remember it being like blue lit, like blue, dimly lit, but like blue lights and shit, like in terms of, in the space. And they had these screens up above the bar. So the bar was like an island, and you could sit down and drink at the bar. And they had these screens above the bar. So some of the screens showed the lyrics of the karaoke song, but some of the screens showed sports. So you could just sit there, grab a burger, drink, and just eat and watch sports or laugh at the people singing on stage. I was like, brother, man, like, honestly, Americans, you guys know how to do bars really well. It was so cozy. I sat there the whole night. Drinking fucking, I think, pints of PBR, wherever it was, and just watching stuff on TV and just talking to the bartenders, talking to people who go on stage. It was such a vibe. So every time I see these screens like this, suspended, up on the wall there up above, it reminds me of that bar I went to, man. Like, I wish I remember the name of that LA bar. I think it's quite a popular one as well. It was somewhere in LA. It was like a blue karaoke one everyone went to. But yeah, this place looks fucking delicious. I'm not going to lie. Oh, they also do a thing where they allow the kids to make it. So I'm assuming, because it says kitchen, maybe they've got like an open kitchen where they allow kids to make pizzas and shit. Or if you want to learn how to make a pizza, or you can make your own pizza or something. I don't know, but that's a pretty cool little option there. I like how they bring it to your table, so it gets some air on the bottom and shit. Oh, this looks I'm not gonna lie. I could absolutely wax this right now. That, especially after my fucking workout, I could demolish this. I could demolish this right now. I can hear it cracking, I'm such a fucking big fat back. I can hear the fucking bread cracking in my head. Anyway, so Brendan got served that Lefty's pizza, right? Okay, let's get back to the video. Stop getting distracted, I guess. Stop getting distracted. So on the 20th, I would like to go back and see what the podcast was straight after the 27th, which might explain what some of his personality, his attitude, and if he was a bit pissy. I wonder what the podcast was, the first one on the 27th.
Which is just hilarious to think about, since he was probably mid-bite with his tongue all the way out when he was served with the lawsuit. So before we dive into this whistleblower affidavit, I just wanted to give a huge thank you to Brady Bell for keeping me up to date with little tidbits of information.
Oh, so Brady Bell's in touch with him. Big up Brady Bell. Brady Bell's in touch with American Redact. I love it. I fucking love it.
Like that, because without his emails I wouldn't be able to share bombshell developments like the one I'm about to share with you right now. So the official whistleblower in this case goes by the name of Jessica Ostenfeld. She's a former equity holder in Pure Spectrum CBD and was actively involved in the company's internal operations, making her very familiar with the people named in the lawsuit, including Brendan Schaub.
I represent Pure Spectrum. You know exactly what you're gonna get.
Who the fuck is Jessica?
Really, dude? She also won a $2.6 million lawsuit against Pure Spectrum back in 2020, where the judge ruled in her favor after she produced internal documents, emails, and financial records proving company misconduct. So long story short, she is a very credible source. And
so essentially, Pure Spectrum's been run like shit anyway. Brendan got such a sick opportunity, pissed off. So it sounds like Pure Spectrum was run like shit from day dot. Brendan still found a way to get involved. No, they still found a way to get Brendan and Schaub involved. They paid him a lot of money at that. Anybody else would just kept their head down. Anybody else that gets paid as much as Brendan got paid, and the company's a bit of a mess, but you've got one guy in the Brady Bell who's kind of like your dude, who wants to be your friend, he's trying to buy your friendship in a way. you want to hang around the Rogan, all that malarkey, just keep your head down and keep collecting the checks. Because they've been fucking people over, it seems like, from the inception of the fucking company. But Brendan had to do way more. He had to make it way more complicated than what it was. God almighty.
He's also been collecting evidence against the defendants named in the lawsuit for over 5 years. And so now she's signed her name on the dotted line in this whistleblower affidavit, certifying that she has emails, text messages, and Zoom recordings that outlined a plan to reduce Brady Bell's equity to 0% in a broader conspiracy orchestrated by none other than Brendan Schaub and his band of CBD goons.
So she's got the evidence about that whole taking back his share thing. To be fair, that's one of the most twisted parts of the story of the lawsuit. The guy gets him involved and gives him a part of his equity. It wasn't even equity that was available. Brady Bell gave Brendan a part of his equity on top of the salary he was getting, base salary plus commission. So Brendan had essentially like 3 different revenue streams coming out of that company, right? Base salary, commission, and the fucking shares that he owned, that he had. They could obviously sell down the line if you wanted to. And Brendan then, as a thank you, stabs that guy in the back when his other, colleagues, board members decide to, enact a hostile takeover. Brendan's more than game to take part because they're going to pay him $100,000 to do so. So Brendan's loyalty, basically, there's a price on Brendan's loyalty if you want to know. If you want to know what the price of Brendan's loyalty is, it's $100,000.
She also claims in this affidavit that she has direct knowledge that Brendan Schaub was offered $100,000 to falsely assert that he had 10% equity in the company a year after he and the company parted ways, which was also outlined in the initial.
I still don't understand how you can sell a stake of a company you don't have. But I guess this also maybe partly explains why Nigerian scammers are so good at what they do. Because if you know what you're talking about and you time things right, you can slip in and make some money, even if you don't, even if you don't, deserve the money, you don't work for the company. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. Like, how was Brendan able to even assert that he owned 10% when he didn't own the 10%? Or was it because Brady Bell gave him a 10% of his shares? So maybe technically it wouldn't come. I don't know. I really wonder how he got around doing that. Like, wouldn't Brady Bell just know? Wouldn't the other guys just know? How could he pretend? I don't really understand that. But maybe I'm going to read that.
Lawsuit. So this is a direct and official accusation of fraud against Brendan Schaub. She's claiming that he lied about his equity stake in Pure Spectrum, participated in a corporate conspiracy, and potentially committed wire fraud or conspiracy to commit fraud. So guys, even though nothing...
So I'm assuming the wire fraud is him receiving the payment, most likely, right? That's what they mean by wire fraud. Him receiving the payment for taking part in the conspiracy to get Brady Bell out of the company is the wire fraud.
Really happened yet, and it's still very early. Simply being named in a whistleblower document as someone who accepted a cash bribe to commit fraud is utterly devastating to Schaub's reputation, especially in the business world. Like, Brendan Schaub seems screwed at this point, and I think it's only a matter of time before the few
Yeah, exactly. Big up the stream chat. Sorry, I'm ignoring you guys. People legit try to sell houses they don't own, like DJ Envy, so it's not that far-fetched. Yeah, exactly, young advice. That probably explains the scam. As soon as I said it, I think to myself, you know what? That's probably where the scam comes in. Big up 730. Why would saying you got 10% without paperwork ever work? Exactly, but it does work. It does fucking work, unfortunately. And if you're clever with Photoshop and shit, and you send things certain way, you've got fucking letter-headed paper, there's some things that you can do.
Sponsorships he has left part ways with him. Ostenfeld's reason to come out as a whistleblower in this lawsuit was because she was initially intended by Peter Moore, Brendan Schaub, and all the other guys to be involved in this hostile takeover to vote Brady Bell off the team, since she was already deeply involved in Pure Spectrum while this was all going down. But since she shockingly has, morals, she instead gave all of her 300 pages of evidence to Brady Bell to help him in the lawsuit, and is now presenting herself as a whistleblower in exchange to be recognized as a material witness and a co-victim, instead of being mistaken as a participant in this fraud scheme. So
I'm assuming she wants to get off, basically. She doesn't want to get fined. So she's snitching on everybody. So he can't ever deny that this didn't happen. This has been blown out of proportion. A person that's involved in the conspiracy, a person that has intimate knowledge of what went down, is now basically cooperating with the court in order to, you know, make sure that they get off lightly. So he can never say that he doesn't know, this isn't true. You can't spin it and lie, basically. Jesus Christ. Some lady just snitched. Hilarious.
overall, just some very nasty stuff that Brendan's being accused of here. And now that this whistleblower is coming out with this information, it's really...
Yeah, bit of Chris Mack in the chat. Maybe Purpose Phantom 10% would bring Baby Bear's ownership share below 51% necessary to maintain majority control. Yeah, true. Big up Black American, you can't. They filed fraudulent Doxby, probably fudge dates, maybe B as well. Maybe Brady Bell was slow to file docs on his own, so there was a gap. But that's why you should do due diligence before signing anything. Exactly.
Not looking good for Mr. Schaub right now. I mean, this is a massive development in Brendan Schaub's lawsuit. Because ironically enough, after Austin Feld's...
Bro, how... Maybe I'm being dramatic here, but how much more professional, well lit, does this old studio now look compared to the fucking garage shelter thing? Now that they've moved to Austin and in that shitty studio, how much better does this look compared to that? And this wasn't that great. And I think this is the episode where there was no power in the studio too. But how much better does this look? You know, resolution wise, production wise, set design wise, compared to the fucking little garage they got now. It's fucking hilarious. You never know what you have until it's gone. You never know what you have until it's gone.
Evidence is processed, Brendan Schaub will probably have over 300 pages of evidence against him that implicate him in some serious ass offenses. Oh, how the tables have turned. And might I remind you that he could actually face prison time for what he's being accused of if he's found to be guilty, particularly wire fraud and IRS fraud.
Can you be found guilty if it's a civil lawsuit though? Aren't civil cases about money? How can a civil case turn to a criminal case? Is that possible? Please educate me in the stream chat if that's the case. I didn't know that's possible.
Which are indeed federal crimes that carry significant prison sentences if criminal charges are later brought, with wire fraud carrying up to 20 years in federal prison per count, especially when large sums of money and interstate commerce are involved. And then IRS fraud, including knowingly submitted falsified K-1 forms, which Schaub was accused of in the initial lawsuit, is punishable by up to 3 years per offense under federal tax law. And
yeah, big up Chris Mack. Yes, evidence into civil case can for sure be previewed by prosecutors, then used to charge him criminally. You can still be found guilty in civil case. We got Tim Okazi, federal crimes. We got Daniel Clement, Wagwan G. I think wire fraud is a big boy crime. Fuck. Wire fraud is against the United States. Yes, a civil case can switch and they can press charges. No, the civil case can snitch and they can press, okay, cool. I think the judge could inform the DA. If the IRS catches on and wants their money. Why do I think he's still going to get away with this though? He's failed upwards the majority of his career. He has no business. Like I remember actually fucking big up Young God Vibes. Young God Vibes was commented on a video I did, actually weirdly enough covering the same sort of shit that I covered recently about Brendan and stuff. And a lot of predictions I said at that time were kind of spot on. But one thing I remember listening to that clip again was I mentioned something about him failing upwards. And I think I mentioned something like, it's funny that he said that insult to Dana White about, oh, if you didn't meet the Fertitta brothers, you would be holding mitts in a kickboxing gym or something. And it got me thinking, it's like, no, like Brendan's actually projecting there because he would definitely be the same guy if he didn't meet Rogan and Brian Callen. But, you know, like he did meet them, you know? Like he did meet them, and despite all his indeficiencies, despite all his shortcomings, despite his horrible personality, attitude, behavior, all this stuff, he's always been able to fail upwards. So there's just a little part of me that just thinks, especially now, and I always say this to you guys, but especially having been exposed to like locals, you know, like the dark side feels of the world, the fucking Wings of Redemptions of the world, the Boogie 298s of the world, like these horrible people, like pure, utter, irredeemable scumbags, right? Who have pretty decent careers on the internet. Look at even World of T-shirts, right? Look at even fucking Joshua Block. He's a little bit of a piece of shit as well. Like when he's talking normally, like he's got some piece of shit personality traits at some points. But these people do pretty well on the internet. So there's something about the internet that rewards piece of shit people, despite, you know, maybe in the real world it not being a thing. I think if Brendan wasn't on the internet, he wouldn't be, you know, where he is now. But when you are on the internet, when you do make content, I don't know what it is about that personality trait, what it is about that person. People just can't seem to get enough of it, and they just seem to have the luck of the world all over them. And I just feel like Brendan will still end up getting away with this.
Powerful bunch.
Big up overseas.
Chin gonna do hard fed time for Big Bro Papa.
Yeah, exactly. For Big Bro Papa is hilarious. Oh, by the way, if this transpires, my opinion about Chin has changed as well. I don't feel any sympathy, any empathy whatsoever. Sympathy, more importantly, sympathy. Zero. You hitch your wagon along with this guy. You're going down with the ship. This is what it is. Like, you can't run now. I don't want to see Chin bail now. You know exactly what you got involved with. You've seen all the documentaries. You watch all the podcast screen videos. We've seen your fucking page, right? There's that clip on the fucking Fighting the Kid Reddit of Chin pulling up a YouTube, and you can definitely see he's got your podcast screen recommended on the right hand side of his YouTube. So we know Chin sees the stuff, he reads the stuff, he reads the comments, he's on the Reddit, he's seen the videos. So the fact that he's in business with Brendan still, that's his own fault. And if it ends up costing him everything, oh well, you know, people lose their jobs every day, B.
And then lastly, and certainly the worst, the count of theft in Florida involving amounts more than or equal to $100,000 may also rise to a first-degree felony, which can carry a sentence of up to 30 years in state prison if prosecuted criminally. And remember, I'm not really a beast of a lawyer at all, but I believe the worst case scenario for Brendan Schaub is spending over 50 years in federal prison. I mean, you really can't make this stuff up. And so according to Brady Bell's email chain with me, the evidence that this whistleblower is bringing to court is so damning that they're not going to make it public information until trial, which tells us that the 44 pages of evidence against Schaub, including the emails, documents, and text messages, are just the tip of the iceberg in this coffin-shaped lawsuit that's being formed around Brendan Schaub right now.
Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Holy shit. And just imagine, people, right? Just imagine. This is at the beginning of his career. Just imagine the amount of scams he did after, because he probably felt like he got away with it. This happened at the beginning of his career. This happened during You'd Be Surprised era, where he was probably making the most money, I reckon, at that time. If I had to pocket watch, I'd reckon Brendan around that time was probably making the most money. Maybe not, yeah, even just to inflation, regardless, just monetary value wise or figure, he definitely was making the most. So you'd think, the reason why I say that is that in my brain, maybe because I'm being sensible, but if I was going to scam, the scam would happen like later, like either in the middle of my career or towards the end. It wouldn't happen in the beginning because you just started, innit? You want to make as much money as possible, so you're accepting everything. You're saying yes to every sponsor, every advertiser. You're trying to do your best to fulfill, you know, your duties as a fucking influencer, whatever partner, and you're banking the money. Hopefully you make a good impression, then go into the next one. Maybe this is a scam that you run to in the middle of your career, end of your career, when you're a bit jaded, you know, for lack of a better term, and you're not really feeling anymore. You're, you know, whatever, you got money coming in from other places, so you don't really care if you do it well or don't do it well, or if they pay or they don't pay you. But Brendan was doing this scam at the beginning of his career. So can you imagine how much this scam must have emboldened him? How much it must have given him courage? How much it must have given him confidence to then continue on? And, you know, because I'm sure Brendan's one of the type of people who does like a proper douchebag. He'll treat two people badly, then one person well. Two people badly, one person well, and so on and so forth. So that he has like a weird breadcrumb trail of people who have like conflicting opinions of him. But the ones that love him, the ones that don't. But he continuously does that, so, you know, keep everyone on their toes. But this is a crazy development, man. Crazy fucking development.
Also, according to Bell, this case is only the beginning. He's already filed 2 additional federal lawsuits against former executives at Pure Spectrum, and says that a 4th case, potentially a RICO case, is being prepared with a major West Palm Beach law.
Excuse me? Excuse me? There will be one more federal case involving Brendan, and the key orchestrator is filed within 3 weeks. This will be a RICO case. Holy shit. Holy shit. Brendan's gonna catch a RICO. You know what's funny about this? Like, it's not surprising, is it? In a weird way. Like, he's that much of a piece of shit. We're not surprised. Like, somebody as horrible as him should probably catch a RICO. But it's just the way he's catching it that is fucking crazy. Like, it kind of doesn't surprise me, but it kind of does. And this has happened at the worst possible time, innit? All his influence has gone. Clout has gone. You know, celebrity, you know, friends have gone in high places. He's not making as much money as he once was. He's just moved his family to another state. Yes, he sold a house, but moving a house to another state, even though it's the same country, it's still going to cost a bit of money. You have to get yourself, you know, you have to get yourself on your feet. You know what? I'm curious more to see. Thinking about it, I want to see what Brian Callen does. I want to see what that sniveling, spineless, fucking old, wrinkly man does. That's what I'm curious to see. What does Brian Callen do? Does Brian Callen slither away? Does Brian Callen like scuttle away into the dark? Or just start throwing Brendan under the bus? We were never really friends. We didn't really hang out with each other. I never even been to his house. I don't even know his kid's name. We start doing all that shit the same thing he did to Crystalia, or will he hold him down? I'm curious to see what Brian does. If this actually goes through, I'm curious to see what that fucking spineless cunt Brian does. Because the way he did
Powerful
Crystalia,
bunch.
pick up a side disease.
Your Honor, the prosecution will call to the stand key witnesses, Bobby Lee and young man who goes by Keto George.
Keto George is subpoenaed. Keto George is subpoenaed and told to fucking, you know, give evidence. And the whole time he's in the docket, he just sat there like this. Big up Keto George, man. Jack. Wow. RICO. Brendan.
Law firm. That case, expected to be filed within the next 3 weeks, could further implicate Schaub and others in what Bell alleges is a long-running scheme of corporate theft, fraud, and money laundering. So yeah, it's almost like Brendan Schaub's facing the weight of the world right now, and he somehow thinks that nobody knows about it, I guess. I feel like making a public statement would help his case here, but he and his team of monster lawyers just go, I guess. The only lawsuit...
Look at that fucking frame. Look at, honestly, that's what he wanted, man. That's what he wanted. That's what he wanted in his life. He wanted to be seen as that, innit? Look at that. Podcaster slash actor slash comedian slash former collegiate football player slash retired MMA fighter. That's what he always wanted, right? But look at this next frame where he's sitting in a fucking green room somewhere of a comedy club.
Here, but he and his team...
Look at that. Surrounded by pictures of all the greats. All the greats that have come before him. Oh, yeah. Honestly, that arc, I want it to come back, man. Doesn't it feel like a long time ago now? Doesn't it feel like a lifetime ago that Brendan was a stand-up comedian? Or am I the only one? Doesn't it feel like a lifetime ago that Brendan was a stand-up comedian? Like, I want him back on the stage so badly. Maybe if he catches a RICO, maybe he will go back on stage because he'll need money for lawyer fees and shit. And maybe Papa Shaw will finally turn off the tap. But I would love it. I would love it if he gave stand-up comedy another go. I would love to hear what he has to say on stage again. Honestly, I want it so bad, man. I want it so bad.
Team of monster lawyers just go, I guess. The only lawsuit reaction we have of Brendan Schaub is when he closely examined a Podcast Cringe Bites video that came up in his producer's recommendations, which is hilarious because it was probably right around the time he was served with the lawsuit at Lefty's Pizza.
The pilot survived.
Yeah, I don't fuck with any of that, man.
That guy looks like he survived it.
Yes. He looks like he's still scared.
Look at his eyes. Yeah. Let me see what he says. You can tell he just went through hell. Look at his eyes.
I don't think he says
he's not doing well.
The face doesn't hide, innit? The grimace, and the face doesn't hide your emotions, and he's not got a good poker face anyway. Brendan definitely doesn't have a good poker face. He definitely doesn't want to have a good poker face. That was brilliant. Look at him trying to process what was on that screen there.
Scared.
Look at his eyes. Yeah. Let me see what he says. You can tell he just went through hell. Look at his eyes.
I don't think he says
he's not doing well.
Yeah, absolutely terrifying. Thank you for that, Reed.
Yeah, his crazy eyes.
That's terrible.
No, he's not the guy. He just has weird eyes. Now, yeah, I have no interest. I don't want to plummet from the sky.
I mean, just look at his face here. It looks like the face of a man who's been lying for so many years unchecked that now that he's being sued for being an alleged conniving criminal, it's almost like he can't believe that it's true. Brendan, the thick boy umpire you built will probably come crashing down. And
again, like, most of the time, like, I don't know if you guys agree, but this is a really fucked up, logic and justification. But when I was younger, right, and we were all running scams and trying to make money, mostly to, like, weirdly enough, it's kind of bittersweet and sad, really. Mostly to have enough money to put electric on the key, to charge the gas card, to be able to buy our mum some groceries. Back in the day, right, we grew up in these fucking shitty fucking London ends, right, slums, these fucking horrible places, in these council houses, right, with not much money. So we all start fucking, I don't know when that was, what year that was, but it was a time when I think when everyone was trying to do like credit card scams and shit, right? Most of the time, like, you had this feeling like, oh, if you were robbing from like a corporation or something, it was somehow justified, right? You wouldn't try and do it to like a small business. You wouldn't try and do it to an individual. You always try and go for like these big corporate companies, and you'd kind of feel as if you were like Robin Hood, right? But there was also something about the idea of like, all the scams only would work if you were really broke, like if you really needed it. But if you had money, it wouldn't work, and you're just being greedy, and that's when you get caught. That was sort of like the mindset I remember having at the time, because I also wasn't someone that was super lucky. I kind of only did like a couple good successful ones, right? But I remember that being the case, and I wonder if this is like one of those another examples of like, Brendan had no reason to be scamming those guys, especially the Brady Bell guy. Brendan had no reason to do Brady Bell dirty the way he did. He just did him dirty because he thought he could get away with it. And now he's paying the ultimate price, Like, if he just would have done his job and posted the fucking Instagram stories, let Brady Bell come on T-Fat-K and talk about founding a company and running 7 miles and cold plunges and all this ayahuasca shit, right? If you just would have let that founder come on and do his fucking version of Rogan, right? Or just be his friend for a little bit, whatever, fucking hell, man. Just placate the guy, pat him on the head a little bit. I don't know, make him feel good. He's paying you 370 grand. Everything would have been perfectly okay. But he just couldn't stop himself from being a piece of shit, and now he's paying the ultimate price. It's pretty poetic in a way.
Mr. P. Cringe and others, we're all going to report on it until it's beaten into the ground. These are just the facts, B. And I'd also like to point out that the only reason Brady Bell was introduced to Brendan Schaub was because of the CEO of Onnit, one of Joe Rogan's closest long-term sponsors.
Again, I don't get these people. Because how is Aubrey Marcus still friends with Brendan? Effectively, Brendan fucked up one of his contacts. He burned one of his bridges. Brady Bell is Aubrey Marcus's friend. Aubrey Marcus is one of Rogan's close friends. They started on it together. Aubrey Marcus helps out Brendan and introduce him to fucking, what's his face? Brady Bell. Brendan ends up fucking over Brady Bell. How can Aubrey still be friends with Brendan? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I never understand. This is the thing I don't get with these guys. Like, what is it with them? What is it? Is it like a thing of like they're trying to make sure they don't fall out of each other online to not give trolls ammunition? Are they all pieces of shit anyway? Maybe they're all in the scam. Maybe they're all in the scam. Was Aubrey Marcus aware that Brendan was scamming Brady Bell, and maybe allegedly Brendan was, you know, giving Aubrey Marcus a piece of whatever he got from Pure Spectrum? I just don't understand it, because if this is the normal world, if this was real life, if this is something that you were involved in, dear listener, dear viewer, you would most likely fall out with that person who you introduced to a business associate of yours and they fucked it over. It would probably fuck up your relationship with that person. You probably won't see them the same. But Brendan speaks about Aubrey Marcus all the time. He's mentioned meeting him up a few. I don't know if he's lying. Maybe he's lying. I don't know. But Brendan's mentioned meeting Aubrey Marcus in the last few years. He's hung out with Rogan in the last few years. He's been on Rogan the last few times. Like, and they don't ever seem to get cut off.
So now that Schaub allegedly stabbed this guy in the back, I don't think Papa Toe's gonna be too happy about it. And I can only assume that Joe Rogan's being filled in by his legal team or close friends, and as a result is staying very far away from this ticking time bomb. I'm also gonna assume that Rogan's...
That's a good point, though. That is a good point. Like, does this explain why Rogan is not speaking about Brendan to Brendan? Does it also explain why when Rogan's name was brought up, Brendan said that little quip about, you know, why are you going to use a cold plunge? Because you did like an hour of kettlebell swings or something, right? And Callen's face was like, oh, do you know what I mean? I wonder if Rogan is purposely avoiding Brendan because he got word from Aubrey Marcus or somebody connected with Brady Bell, or even Brady Bell himself directly, that he's suing Brendan. Is that why he's stayed far away from him? Maybe there is. Maybe what I said earlier is complete nonsense. And maybe these guys are finally starting to cut off Brendan, like, legitimately. Maybe this is what we're seeing now. Which is why T-Fat K has had what? Mike Catherwood and fucking Tim Kennedy rotating as co-hosts, and nobody else really since they moved to Austin, Texas.
Is not responding to any of Brendan's daily calls or texts, because Brendan Schaub seemed to sneak diss Rogan on his recent podcast, talking about how ice baths are stupid and aren't needed if you just do workouts with kettlebells.
American read that. Great minds think alike, brother.
Things that Joe Rogan preaches about nonstop. Pretty personal stuff.
You're just not built.
I'm addicted to nicotine.
You're not built. You're not built for the cold, though. That's not your thing. Why are you doing it?
I'm not built for the cold. I never do cold plunges.
I don't get anybody who does it unless you're a professional athlete. Oh, do you have so much inflammation from your kettlebell workouts?
Yeah.
Pro athletes, I get it, dude.
Sure.
You working out an hour a day? You think you need a cold tub?
40 minutes.
Brian's a snake in it. I don't know this. I just feel snake bite. I just know this guy's gonna run. I just know this. If that RICO gets filed and that goes down, this guy is gonna do a fucking runner. He's gonna grab his flip flops and he's gonna sprint as fast as he can back to fucking Callen show studios. There'll be no more T-Fat K. He'll be done with it so fucking fast. I've just got a feeling this Brian Callen guy is gonna fucking ditch Brendan so fucking fast.
As unlikable as Brendan Schaub is, though, this might be the most accurate thing that he said about Joe Rogan's ice bath habits. But apart from that, I think that it's pretty telling that there may be some trouble in paradise in Austin, Texas. So overall, guys, just to sum it up, what we're looking at here is probably the most damaging development in Brendan Schaub's lawsuit so far. Jessica Austenfeld coming forward as a whistleblower completely shifts the momentum of this case. Not only has she already won a $2.6 million judgment against Pure Spectrum's...
Let me read that quickly. I'm a prevailing judgment accreditor with 2 Colorado District Court judgments entered in my favor against Pure Spectrum et al., totaling $2.6 million plus accrued interest. 14. I personally reviewed and retained internal communications, including emails, text messages, and Zoom recordings, confirming that Peter Moore, while acting as legal counsel, prepared and circulated fraudulent financial statements. On one such memo dated January 28, 2022, outlined a plan to reduce Mr. Bell's equity to zero and was part of the broader conspiracy orchestrated by Moore, Hooter, and Schaub, Wood, and Burgess. Fucking hell, Brendan.
CBD, but now she's supplying Brady Bell with over 300 pages of evidence, email.
I voluntarily contacted Mr. Bell and provided him with internal text and email correspondence, Zoom recordings with Peter Moore, Daniel Herter, and Brock Wood, financial records, altered ownership tables, and documents showing tax fraud and concealed liabilities. Jesus Christ, tax fraud, wire fraud, like, ay.
Internal documents, Zoom call recordings, tax records, all the ammo needed for Mr. Bell to win this battle. And Brendan Schaub is being directly named as someone who took a...
I have direct knowledge that Brendan was offered $100,000 by Daniel Herter and encouraged by Peter Moore to falsely assert he retained equity in Pure Spectrum so that he could vote for Mr. Bell's removal. Honestly, bro, that guy brought you in. Mr. Bell brings you in, gives you an inflated fee, gives you fucking a part of his equity, and then many months later you're involved in voting him off the board, voting him out. He probably deserves that. That's probably his karma for that alone. I just can't get past that alone. That guy helped him out with the fucking review bombing thing on fucking IMDb, and this is how you thank him.
Six-figure payout to lie about his ownership in the company, which is a clear accusation of fraud, and it lines up perfectly with the claims.
Like even that IMDb thing, right?
Powerful bunch.
Big up Asad Aziz.
Oh, so the jury says I'm guilty? That's your takeaway? Nope, not in any facet. What are you gonna do, judge? Volume prison me? I'll take my sentence unscathed with a Diet Coke.
That's so good. That's so good. That's so good. That was so good. Honestly, that was so good. Honestly, one more time. I hope it plays again. One more time. Big up Asad Aziz. That was so fucking good.
Powerful bunch.
What are you gonna do, Judge?
Oh, so the jury says I'm guilty? That's your takeaway? Nope, not in any facet. What are you gonna do, judge? Volume prison me? I'll take my sentence unscathed with a Diet Coke.
Unscathed with a Diet Coke. Oh, big up Asad Aziz, you're a legend.
Bell made in the original complaint. So from a legal standpoint, this is a disaster. Wire fraud alone carries up to 20 years in federal prison per count. IRS fraud carries 3 years per falsified document. And then theft in Florida over $100,000 can hit 30 years if it escalates to a criminal case. So all those charges are now floating just a few steps away from Schaub if this ends up in the hands of a federal prosecutor. And based on how airtight Austin Feld's affidavit is, that possibility isn't far-fetched at all. Brady Bell also explained to me in his emails that this is not the final wave. 2 more federal lawsuits have already been filed, and a 4th one, potentially a RICO case. If Schaub's name shows up in that filing, which it probably will, it's game over. And what makes it even worse is the Rogan connection. You think Joe Rogan's not hearing about all this behind the scenes? You think he's picking up on Brendan's calls right now? No. So yeah, Brendan Schaub is circling around the drain. And as the days pass, it's becoming pretty obvious why he chose to hang around these low-level, canceled comedians, who were accused of forcing themselves on women and overall being extremely creepy during their careers. It's because Brendan himself is likely a criminal who is on the exact same level as these guys. You are who you hang out with, right? Make sure to subscribe if you want to stay up.
Truly fascinating, man. Truly, like... Okay, so I didn't finish the point about the scams, right? Like in terms of I think I did. Did I finish the point? I think I said right about if you scam, you're usually meant to scam when you're down bad. Like you're not meant to do it because it's bad anyway. But if you're gonna run a scam, you run it because you're down bad to get yourself in a certain position. And once you get in that position, you go legit. That was usually the goal. I've never really heard of somebody like a Brendan who gets like handed everything on a silver platter. Who probably, but that's the thing I'm just thinking about now. I think the issue with Brendan has always had, he has an incredible, like, sense, like, he's really egotistical. Like, he really thinks way more of himself than what he actually is. So I think the success that he got in his career was more so a validation of how he sees himself. and not just this crazy random, oh my god, one of a lifetime opportunity, I'm gonna make the most of it. I don't think he ever thought of it that way. I think he thought of his success as like, yeah, I always knew I'd be a big deal. I always knew I'd be a celebrity. I always knew I'd be up there. Oh, I mean, he kind of always thought of himself like that. And then as soon as he met Rogan and Brian Callen, it kind of, you know, solidified that and kind of confirmed his, you know, deepest, darkest hopes for himself. And that's probably why he's the way he is. Because I think a regular person who was Brendan, who kind of knew they were a bit stupid, who kind of knew they weren't the smartest person in the room, who kind of knew they weren't the sharpest tool in the toolbox, who kind of knew their career prospects were quite limited. If you ended up kind of befriending Rogan and Callen, you'd be over the moon. You know what I mean? The timing of it, when podcasts weren't as, you know, commonplace as they are now, you'd be really grateful and you'd make the most of it. Like, you'd go crazy hard, knowing that it could end, but you're going to cash out as much as you can. And then obviously when it ends, you know, you kind of that pivot to another thing. But Brendan never really thought of that way. He probably thought the good times are going to last forever, as per that speech that he said on that one interview about the Rat Pack, right? I don't think Brendan ever thought the good times are ever going to stop in LA. I think he thought they were going to continue forever. But deep down, fundamentally at his core, he believed that he was that guy. You know, he was him. So, yeah, I guess he acted accordingly. He probably in his head thought, yeah, big dogs don't fulfill obligations of a sponsor. Big dogs don't do that. Big dogs just take the money and ask questions later, take the money and apologize later. And in the end, they end up kicking him in the ass, biting him in the ass per se. Wow, that is fucking crazy, man. That is fucking crazy. I legitimately can't believe that. Honestly, I'm taken aback. I'm lost for words. What you guys saying in the stream chat about this? Let me quickly flick through it. Apologies, I've been missing some of your stream chats here. We got God's favorite. I never met the man. I think I might have seen him in passing at the comedy store once. Callen about Brendan. Yeah, exactly. A RICO lawsuit is different from a RICO criminal case. Big up Chris Mack. This is why Rogan doesn't fuck with him. Big up who's that? Noodles. Imagine Chin starting a GoFundMe for legal fees. Is hilarious. Treble damages, says Chris Mack. A successful civil RICO claim often results in the plaintiff being awarded 3 times the actual damages suffered, making it a powerful tool for those harmed. Those are pre-PS. Big up God's favorite. Josie Trugwalk was what, 2022? Yep, maybe that explains his mindset. His comedy is criminal itself. Chris Mack, they actually come after Bappo criminally. He might just go to Chris Benoit, family annihilation. Hey. Come on, Chris Mack, don't say that. That's too dark. Don't say that, bro. Don't say that. But if we had to entertain that idea for a moment, I don't think Brendan has it in him. He doesn't have the minerals. He doesn't have the balls to do that. Brendan doesn't have the balls to Chris Benoit's family. He doesn't have what it takes. No way. He couldn't do it. You right, Brian, look at them eyes. What is he going through exactly? Fold them, Papa, fold them. I feel bad for Papa. I hope he doesn't go broke. Hopefully he gets back into stand-up to help the funds, our entertainment. Exactly. Big up Josie. Has Slow Joe's IG changed much? I don't know, actually. Big up Josie. I have no idea. Let's actually check. I don't know. It's hard to read Slow Joe, isn't it? I don't know. It's hard to read that lady. Let's check her. Where is she? There she is. It's hard to read because they're still out there, you know. She's still carrying Birkin bags, so I'm not too sure if it's actually changed that much. Big up to the girl the cats are about to be eating. The fact that he got served at a pizza place down the street is pretty funny. 100%. Stole my job because they didn't pay enough and I was so broke. Fuck you up. Exactly. There we go, Josie. Exactly. So that's what you're meant to do, right? You're probably working for minimum wage, shitty per hour job anyway. Then the manager fucks you, right? Or somebody fucks you there, and it's like, you know what, fuck you guys, I'm going anyway. You know what I mean? Little fucking 5-finger discount from the till. But I just think there's something very scummy about somebody that drives Porsches and Lamborghinis putting their hand in the chip jar at a bar somewhere and nicking that money, you know? That's really bad karma. But I think if you're a bartender and somebody drops their £10 on the floor and you pick it up, I mean, I don't think you're a bad person. I think you're a worse person if you're Brendan. If you're already making tons of money, but then you go out of your way to scam people, It's like, brother, bro, like, what are you doing? Be like Chris Mack, having all your dirty laundry out there is bad enough, but when it's via court documents and lawsuits and YouTube videos, I mean, holy shit, bro. As if unique stuff wasn't bad enough. Exactly. But that's the thing as well, because he tries to paint himself as a perfect guy, as if like he doesn't care about anything, as if he's just minding his business, trying to look after it. Like, he just, all these dumb things. But the reality is, he's just as bad as a person as everybody assumed he was on the Reddit. You know, it's all being proven right, is essentially. Every assumption, every guess, every theory is being proven right by his actions. Pick up the crack fox. You were already lying about the CBD during this. Oh, the crack fox. Let's not even go down that route, brother. The crack fox. Let's not even go down that route, because if we go down that route, we have to revisit everything. We have to revisit him crying about his daughter on camera. We have to revisit everything. Like pure scumbag shit. You're already lying about the CBD curing your sons being seizures. Just post on the gram and have a guy on track. But no, exactly. Imagine using your own children to grift, to shill for some CBD product, and attempting to claim that the CBD oils help to cure your son. But then also think about it this way, right? If Pure Spectrum or CBD oils did actually help Tiger with these seizures, like legitimately, wouldn't you be like indebted to the company that is now giving you free CBD and also paying you money for your kids still being alive, healthy and well and shit? Wouldn't you owe them so much of your loyalty? Wouldn't you owe them so much in general? Like, oh my god, man, you guys really helped me out during a bad time. You helped me out with the CBD. You opened my mind up to all these alternative medicines and things that didn't, that kind of helped my son with what he was going through. You'd feel somewhat indebted. Not Brendan though. Not Brendan. Brother, big up Ricky Pitcher. Embarrassing. Brother, Resin says, brother, he's too old in his 40s to show his lack of integrity. Exactly. This is so wild, bro. I'm telling you, Papa should just fight and lose to Jake Paul. It could actually happen. Big up Ricky Pitcher. I said this before. Big up Ricky Pitcher. I agree. I said this ages ago. I said Brendan should have got involved in a celebrity influencer boxing thing time ago. I said this ages ago. But I think Brendan is super self-conscious, and no, I don't think. This guy's really insecure and thin-skinned. So I think he's probably more worried about the memes of him getting knocked out than he is, or just about putting in a bad performance, than he's about making money. I don't think there's any amount of money you could offer Brendan that'd make him okay with just, potentially putting his, his record on the line, whatever, his fight reputation. I don't think he could do it, even if he got offered good money. Because I actually believe people have approached him, but I think he's so scared of being clipped or being memed on, he'd rather not. Because also, if imagine, although Brendan was in the UFC, Brendan wasn't in the UFC when social media was popping as it is now. If Brendan was in the UFC when social media was popping like it is now, could you imagine how much he would get trolled? UFC MMA fans are already pretty toxic as it is. Could you imagine how bad the Brendan trolling would be? Like, Asad Aziz, no need to fight. We need to go Papi too. If Papa goes down, I'll be happier than Kalila was when she aborted. Yo, Queso Moses, brother, what the fuck are you? Why are people saying these things? If Papa goes down, I'll be happier than Kalila was when she aborted Bobby Lee's fetus. Jesus. Big up Josie. I've seen stuff about Aubrey. They all seem shady as fuck. The only thing I know about Aubrey is that he was with that woman, right? They had an open relationship, and then she ended up running away with one of the guys that she was fucking, and kind of left him in the lurch. And I think he went through a bit of an existential crisis. I remember listening to his podcast during that time. It was pretty hard, pretty uncomfortable to listen to, but it was interesting too to listen to it from a guy's perspective, because usually it happens the other way around. Usually it's the men that run away with the little fucking, the little cute bunny that they kind of get involved in their bedroom. But very rarely do you hear men that go through it speak openly about that experience. So it was quite interesting to hear him speak. But then he got very culty. I remember recently he got very culty. I forgot what he was doing. Was it like the 21 Project or something? He was doing something about like adults going camping and, men empowerment thing. It got very culty very quick, and I was just tapped out. He started wearing too many hats with like feathers in it, Whenever white guys, especially American white guys, start wearing hats with feathers, or they start wearing fucking dashikis or like, whatever else, they're off the reservation. Papa trial might be better than the trial of Tim Heidecker. Big up wicked picture. Oh my god. Jack Donny Jr. Rico's ain't nothing to fuck with. Exactly Black American. But can you blame him? It's a chance to escape Papa's bullying since Callen's so passive. Yeah, true. I don't know. If you're talking about Callen running away, I just think he owes Brendan some loyalty, because Brendan basically kept his seat semi-open for the majority of the time he was out, and then when he came back in and nothing happened. So I think he owes Brendan a little bit more loyalty than that. But, you know, Brian's also 60 years old. This is his last chance to make his career what it is. So I'm not surprised that he's like, you know what, fuck that. Joseph message. Cool. Let me go back. Let me check Joanna's page if we can see anything. One thing that I think I've not seen, I'm just thinking about it now because I saw this Escalade in the back. I'm the only person that feels like we haven't seen Slow Joe in a G-Wagon in a bit. I feel like I haven't seen a G-Wagon in a while. That's the only thing I'm thinking. What's going on there? I feel like I haven't seen a G-Wagon in a long time. But let's check the stories. Maybe she posted a G-Wagon on the stories. After the storm, a beautiful night. Picture of the house. What's this one? Today was Billy's first what? PT session. PT for a baby. What? Who's she looking at taking a picture, by the way? Look at her eyes. What's a baby PT? Is that personal training? Today was Billy's first PT session. As a mum, it is absolutely heartbreaking to see your child struggle and beg for your help as they are crying their eyes out. Why does a kid need physical therapy? Is it because it's a preemie? Is that why? Is that why? Bro, I didn't know babies need physical therapy. Babies need physical therapy. She can't walk at 18 months, B. Physical therapy. She has the surgery, remember? Physical therapy. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. That's dark, isn't it? That's fucking dark. That's fucking dark, man. I'm not gonna lie. That's the same baby that she took out to shopping. Okay. I tried to be strong for her, but death broke down when I got home. She's delayed in walking and standing on her own due to a medical condition. Luckily, with some PT, she'll be able to meet all the milestones with a little hard work and teamwork from her number one supporters, her family. I love you, Billy. Mama is proud of you. I wonder if all that fucking gene editing, whatever they did to get the kid's eyes to be blue and the head to be blonde, I wonder if that played a part in it. And I wonder if PT practitioners, right, the people that do physical therapy of babies, I wonder if they say that a common thing that they find with kids that have issues, like not standing on their own, is kids who've clearly been, you know, genetically modified. I wonder if that's one of those unintended consequences thing. You play too many games, fucking around with that sort of stuff, and you don't just let, you know, God could take control with Mother Nature, and you want your kid to look a certain way, it might have some unfortunate side effects. Hope that's not the case, and this is just a premature baby thing, but that's heartbreaking, man. Little angel doing like God Almighty. God Almighty, bro. By the way, you don't hear Brendan talking much about this stuff, do you? So Joanna does this by herself. You don't really hear Brendan talking a lot about his baby's physical therapy sessions, how hard it is, stress of it all. You don't. All you hear is him talk about Tiger and the baseball. So he's not involved in this at all, is it? He's not involved in this at all. He could not give a flying fuck about this kid's physical therapy. What a great dad. What a great dad. Anyway, next post. Cool. The baseball and the kids and the pool, nothing better. Cool, another picture of the baby. Fuck you now. Yeah, the baby's a bit big not to be walking, isn't it? 18 months is a bit big, isn't it? Fuck you now. But yeah, I still haven't seen a G-Wagon, by the way. I still haven't seen a G-Wagon. So I think they may have sold, but the G-Wagon wasn't theirs anyway. I think it was on fucking it was on finance anyway. So maybe they gave back the G-Wagon once they moved to LA. But I don't see the G-Wagon anymore. What's his picture? Is this her and her brother, right? Yeah, that's the brother. So the brother is in town as well. Exploring Texas with my brother is a core memory. Sorry, my screen keeps going out. One second. My screen keeps. Bear me one second. Sorry. My monitor keeps clocking out a bit here. Should be back now. Let's go. Apologies. There you go. Sorry. So there's the brother, right? So I had a theory once that the brother didn't like Brendan much, but I don't think that's true. I think I was mistaken because Brendan's helped him with his car. But I don't think he hangs out with the kids as much. I think before he was around a lot more. Now, no, not so much. Maybe he's more busy nowadays. I don't know. But I think in the beginning he was very present in their lives. Very, very present. What is wrong with this fucking screen? It keeps going out. Bear me a second. My screen keeps going out here. I don't know what's happening. Can you please come back, please, screen? Can you please come back? Oh, fucking hell. One second. Okay, there you go. Cool. It should be okay now. Am I good? Yeah, I'm good. Cool. The brother's okay. There's a brother. Exploring Texas with my brother is a core memory. It's never enough time with you, but I know you'll be back soon. The kids are lucky to have you. You're the best uncle in the universe. I love you so much. And there's Slow Joe standing next to her brother. You know, baps out, tits out and shit. Nice. With the mumsy. She's got her bum out too. Nice, right? Do you think he's ever thought about... Do you think he's ever... Do you think he's ever, you know... Do you think he's ever, you know... Anyway, let's move on. I don't want to get reported. Don't want to get demonetized. I just got this channel monetized. I'm on my way to hit 500 members. Fingers crossed, hopefully, with this little marathon challenge. We're having fun together. We're kikiing, hee-heeing, right? Let me not spoil this by making this go dark. Let's just rewind it. Let's walk it back. Okay, it's good. There you go. That's a nice bed, actually. That's a really cool bed. That's a really cool bed. I'm not gonna lie. Really cool little bunk bed, that. Oh shit, so he does hang out, okay? They hang out together. So they don't hate each other as much as I thought they did, but they do hang out together. There they are on the beach. Sorry, not on the beach, on the lake. Oh, that's where they got the tattoo from, okay. That's where the picture of the tattoo came from, okay. Now I see the picture of the tattoo came from. That's Slow Joe's dad, right? The brother. Brendan. Huh? There he is at the lake. The lake looks beautiful though, to be fair. That's behind his house, isn't it? That lake is fucking gorgeous. No cap. That's fucking gorgeous. It's crazy, isn't it? He moved to probably one of the nicest places he's ever lived now. And it's looking like he might he might not see it for a long time, you know? You move away to a lovely place and now you might not enjoy it for a while. That's them what, pushing the boat, huh? I feel like I've never seen a picture of Brendan doing this with a baby. Am I bugging? Of this baby girl. I feel like I've not seen Brendan with this type of picture or this type of harness. I've not seen it. Of course, the baby's got a Balenciaga hat on, by the way. But I don't feel like I've seen Brendan hang out with his daughter like this. I could be wrong, but I just don't feel like I've seen it on social media, at least. See, it's another family event that Brendan's not at. There's another family thing that Brendan's just not around. That's her. That's the mum. That's the brother, the kids. One kid. Dad. Slow Joe's dad. The brother, the mum. Jesus Christ. Mummy. Abuela. Jesus Christ, bro. Fucking hell. Mumsy will get torn down, bro. Holy shit. Mumsy would get torn down. On God in heaven. On God in heaven, Mumsy would get torn down. Fucking hell. She's fucking stacked. Shit.
This is gonna be for my bun bun.
Like, again, I wonder, like, is it how does he get out of this stuff? Someone needs to explain to me how he, like, especially like a Latina, Hispanic family, like, how does he get out of just like not attending these type of events? Where does he go? Like, the family are walking down this cobbled beach or whatever, right? Having a bit of a hike, maybe walking back to the car for when they're at the lake. How does he get out of this? Most of us normal guys can't get out of meeting our fucking girlfriends, wives, fucking work colleagues, right? We can't even get out of that. We can't get out of attending their fucking best friend's birthday party. We can't get out of certain things. But Brendan has kids with this woman. They're married, and he can just like duck out and leave all of the family hangout time things to his brother-in-law, mother. It's like, wow. You have to respect it, man. You have to respect how he's able to do so without getting in trouble. It's pretty interesting, man, like how he does this. Because so many times we've been on stream, we'll be like, where's Brendan? Why isn't he there? It's interesting dad. Very interesting dad, man. He's the bathhouse, LOL. He's a podcast always working bee. He's with the baddies. Is Tiger starting to get the Duno build? Nah, Tiger's fine. That's Tiger in the black t-shirt, right? Nah, Tiger's fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. I don't think the kids are that at all. I think Tiger will be fine. In my opinion, the mum is hotter than Slow Joe. I agree, bro. I agree, Brian. I agree. Which is so dumb because, but David, he plays them in an episode of The Fight Companion. It was the girl Jonah. He's got to work B 1 hour 3 times a week. Beast of a work ethnic. Seriously, babe, my Kibi Tech got loose. Can't make it. Like episode of these, my Kibi Tech got loose. LB, I think they don't like his company as much as he does like hanging out with them. That's a good point, LB. Maybe it's all for the best, isn't it? Maybe it's all for the best. Oh, is that the mum? That's her, right? Thank you, Joanna, for my beautiful prayer. That's the mum. She didn't even like her mum's comment. Everyone else got a like. She didn't even like her own mum's comment. Thank you, Joanna, for the beautiful surprise having my baby. Steve Camberos for the couple of days was refreshing. I love you both very much. You guys are my life. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. Oh, for fuck's sake, what's wrong with this screen? Oh. Okay, cool. That's the picture of the brother still. That's the kids there. Again, no Brendan, by the way. There's a picture of the brothers again. No kid, no Brendan. No Brendan whatsoever. Interesting. What's this post? This is from the fireworks night, right? The other day. The best 4th of July we've ever had. This is how it should be. We have the best neighbors. God bless America. Okay. Let's check it. Oh, it's some they made some friends already, I guess, right? That doesn't look like the most enjoyable meal in the world, but hey, LOL, man, LOL. LOL at the Longhorn Cups, man. Hopefully these aren't their glasses and it's someone else's, but fuck you know. You just moved there, man. Relax, like relax. Okay, is this a new truck? Is this one of Brendan's new trucks? This grist, man. This this new personality is just fucking hilarious, man. The fucking American dad, right? Not a comedian anymore. I'm just a salt of the earth American dad in my American truck. Oh yeah. With the American flag. Okay, oh yeah. We get it. What's this? No sound? Cool. What's this? Some sound here? No sound there either. None of these have sound actually. Maybe she did it on purpose. She might have to be playing with these kids a lot more by herself, mate. If this RICO goes down, she might have to be playing single mum for real. The fucking Kim cosplay is hilarious though, by the way. I'm not gonna lie. The Kim cosplay is hilarious. You know what's funny? I feel like this is the first time I've ever seen them do anything normal. Like, so they've never had normal friends. They were just living in that LA bubble or within their own house, not really hanging out with other adults and shit. It's kind of sad, man. Now, for the first time, they have like normal neighbors, or they live in a quote unquote normal neighborhood with quote unquote normies. And now suddenly they're like, they can't get enough of outside and other humans and neighbors and shit. It's fucking hilarious. It does look like fun, don't get me wrong, even in the rain, but it's just funny that they never did this beforehand. Why does my fucking screen keep going? One second. Okay, you gonna work now? You fucking piece of shit. Bear me 1 second here. Okay, cool. Should be back now. But yeah. Oh, I'm still getting my head around that American Redact video, man. I think I'm about to rewatch it again later. I'm still getting my head around that American Redact video. Like, Brendan might legitimately be in serious trouble, bro. Like, legitimate, serious trouble. Like, that is fucked. That is super fucked. That fucking cooperating witness, or that fucking informant, that snitch lady. Oof. Anyway. Let's continue. Okay, cool. That's done. We've seen Brendan's stuff. Let me move back and let's check out some other bits and bobs before we continue. Actually, let me check out the Find the Kid Reddit. Let's see what they're saying about that American Redact shit. Has there been any more information they may have provided on that American Redact shit? Let's check it out. Let's see what I want. Bear with me a second here. Whoopsie, someone says there. Let's see, there's anything we can see here? Any new update? What are we seeing here? Anything new? More cabinet from the American Redact. Yeah, okay, cool. We've got a couple posts here. Let me just quickly check these out and see what people are saying on the Reddit, just in case we've missed anything. Big up everybody in the stream chat as well. Big up everybody, appreciate you. What's that? Did Slojo Photoshop that pic to pinch her waist? Oh, on the Instagram. Okay, let's go back to it. Hold on 1 second. No, check out Snaz as well. Actually, what do you say? Which pic at the end, right? The last one. Let's see. I think you meant the one I saw where she looked really good, right? This one here. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know how to check these things. Does that look Photoshop to you? Does that look blurry? What do you think? She didn't it, right? Or is she just built like that? What do you think? Is that been photoshopped to make her waist look way more snatched than what it is, or no? the son's got the Brendan face, but she's got the always mugging face, right? The kid's got the Brendan face, of course, right? And she's doing her face. So I'm not sure if maybe her face has been face tuned and his hasn't. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, that's that one. Let's go back to the Reddit. Smash everybody. If you're tuning in, you like what you see, you like what you see, you hear what you like what you hear. Smash the like button for me. Do me a favor, smash the like button for me. So this is more catnip for American Reader. Let's see what the people are saying down below. He got served papers while eating a pizza place. Gotta need that security footage, Papa. Oh, that's gonna be so good if someone gets a hold of that. That's gonna be so good if somebody gets a hold of that. Just watch Papacitos in the deepest waters. Oh, for fuck's sake, why is my honestly? I need to get a new computer ASAP. Okay, cool. Is that you know what? Please, for fuck's sake. Oh my god. I don't know, man. That looks a little bit weird to me. Maybe she's got her Mexican booty. Though, what do I know exactly? Nah, she just got it like that. Big up as of these. No fakery. She just got it like that. It's hilarious. Bear me 1 second as this loads. Apologies. My computer's being a bit GAY today. Apologies. Cool. There you go. Just watch Papacitos in the deepest waters. Not a lawyer, but this all sounds bad. Do I think he'll do prison time? Probably not. But mainly Peter Schaub is going to be fucking fine bad. As a dad, as a parent, what do you do now then? If Brendan does get sued super hard, do you bail out your son again? He bailed out Brendan in all other ways, right? In ways that we probably don't even know. Peter Schaub has probably bailed out Brendan. Still continues to probably, fund him now. Trust funds and shit. Do you enable him or do you turn the other way and let him deal with this shit by himself? As a parent, what do you do? What do you do as a parent? No prison time for B. Dicey, this is going to hurt Papa's pocket so bad. The worst possible time. Exactly. The best part is probably when he heard Brendan Schaub be looked up. Pete's excited to be recognized in public. I need to be served papers. Exactly. Anybody got the TLDR? The whistleblower, clean. Papa is the perfect person to hit the serious white collar crime charges. He's not famous or powerful in any facet, but he's public enough to send a message to the others. Comedy. Jesus Christ.
According
another one here. What are you gonna do? Volume serve me. What you gonna do? Volume serve me is so fucking good. Talking about grabbing. For fuck's sake, honestly, this computer today is not my fucking time. Bear me a second. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's the plug actually. What's going on? 1000%. Oi. 1000%. That's what he's thinking. Imagine Baba thinking. Oh my god. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. This is pissing me off. Cool. Should be working now. Yeah. Don't piss me off. Cool. Should be. Alright, cool. We should be back now. Sorry. Okay, cool. Should be working now, right? Cool. I'm keto, bitch. Imagine Papa thinking he was being approached by a fan just to get served. Exactly. From YouTube American Redact. This can't be true. He does the carnivore diet, no carbs. Here's that vegan slice of subpoena, Mr. Shaw. Vegan slice of subpoena, never heard of him. Oof. Even Papa may be dumb enough to make this into a talking point And let's see if okay, because of course Brendan Woodby, he basically snitched on himself when he went on Tiger Belly with his 300 pages of evidence. Damn, that pizza must have got really cold. Exactly. No wonder his face is so concerned on that video. Oh, Jesus, he was grabbing a slice with Casey Affleck. If the guy serving him was 100% lied to, you know, he talked smack to him. The guy serving this lawsuit had a pretty easy time in the building of fighting him. Just listen to the redact, painting and eating pizza with his tongue all the way and slobbering. Holy fuck, I wouldn't let Hot Chip bang your girlfriend for any footage of this exchange. Damn, I feel a little sad for the guy. I shouldn't feel this way. Imagine you're a well-raised college student who gets ruined with a mentally defective big frame bully who eats your food your family paid for without asking, then gets mad when confronted and curses your mother on the phone, then proceeds to eat and discard all the food, stew on how much you've wronged him, and then spit in your face and throw you through a glass door. Fuck this piece of shit. Yeah, that story is people are never gonna let that go. People are never gonna let that go, man. That story, like when that happened the first time, when he shared it the first time, I remember thinking, like, I don't think that makes you look good, bro. I remember even at the time when I was a fan of the show, I remember hearing it thinking, yo, you sound like a piece of shit. You sound like a fucking bully. And then obviously the next episode after that, somebody emailed him and basically called him out for that story, and he just, you know, acted like the typical Brendan. Was super obnoxious, combative, argumentative, didn't accept any personal responsibility, didn't say sorry or anything. So yeah, that shit I think turned people off of him instantly, that one instance. But wow, man, wow, Brendan's in big trouble, bro. Brendan's in fucking big trouble. But yeah, what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? Chin is probably sweating right now, isn't it? Chin is probably sweating right now. But yeah, fuck that guy. But yeah, let's play this clip and then we'll move on. This is a good one. Latest Jerry talking about Schaub. This is such a good edit. Big of the person that made this. This is such a good edit.
You know, you want to be very kind here, right? You don't, but you've got to assume, and I know my own intellectual limitations in comparison to some of the people that I've had, like Roger Penrose or, you know, Elon or many of the people that I've talked to. I know my mind doesn't work the way their mind works. So there are variabilities that are, whether genetic, predetermined, whether it's just the life that they've chosen and the amount of information that they've digested along the way and been able to hold on to. But their brain is different than mine. And then I've met people where I'm like, there's nothing there. Like, I can't help this person. It's just like I'm talking to a Labrador Retriever.
Rich, privileged fuck.
It's such a good edit. Such a good edit. It's such a good edit. Oh, I love the build up. Look at the person that made that. Fucking brilliant. Fucking brilliant. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's do some Carl Kolinsky. Let's do some Carl Kolinsky. Because he's been going on a rampage about, I love how much he hates Rogan now. I love how much he hates Rogan now. So this is Joe Rogan desperate to wash Trump's stench off of him, right? Let's hear Carl Kolinsky rip into Rogan.
Is now desperately trying to get Trump's stench off of him. As you all know, he had him on the podcast before the election. He threw a bunch of softballs down the center of the plate, gave him a hot stone massage, ended up endorsing him, ended up going to the inauguration, ended up saying that he thinks he was the reason Trump won. So, in other words, Joe Rogan went full MAGA. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He broke out the pom-poms. He was a cheerleader. And as you all know, leading up to the election, 85% of the political commentary on his show is shitting on the left and liberals and Democrats and wokeness. I mean, it was just like, it was a nonstop idiot parade is what it was. And so now, here we are into the second Trump regime. We're, about 6 months in or so, maybe close to 7. And Rogan is now realizing, holy shit, the vibes have shifted hard. And it's true. The vibes have shifted immensely hard. Everything this guy touches, he destroys. He's fucking up when it comes to the economy. Prices are going up. The tariff war is absolutely insane. The dollar is getting weaker. He's rounding up innocent people and sending them to a concentration camp overseas. He's sending people to Guantanamo Bay, sending people to Alligator Auschwitz in the Florida Everglades. He bombed Iran. He bombed Somalia. He bombed Yemen. He invaded Los Angeles with the fucking Marines over 2 days of protests. The guy's...
Let's relax a little bit. There wasn't an invasion of Marines. Let's relax a little bit with the hyperbole. Let's relax. It's super dramatic. Let's relax.
Unhinged. The guy's unhinged. He's insane. He's a fascist. He's making that perfectly fucking clear. And so what Rogan realizes, because he's more plugged in than he would like, people to believe, is the vibes are just off now. And so people who ride Trump's nuts are looking pretty fucking stupid, and they're being pretty viciously mocked. As you all know, the Fell for It Again award thing is huge online for good reason, because these people did fall for it again. Trump just forced the FBI and the DOJ to come out and say, Epstein, bro? There's nothing even going on there, bro. He didn't blackmail anybody. He didn't have a client list. He definitely killed himself. He definitely wasn't murdered. So, like, case closed and stuff, bro? Case closed. Everybody shut up and move on.
Powerful bunch.
Fucking...
The secular talk guy got some money and started to look and dress like gay man who works at Bravo. Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah, that freeze frame as well. The freeze frame with the hands as well doesn't help him, but yeah. He has a very interesting way, but they're both weird, isn't it? Him and Crystal Bell, like Crystal Bell dresses like a very strange lady as well. She has her kind of like a hippy dippy tarot card reader sort of aesthetic going on. And secular talk guy is a lot younger than what he looks, but he also dresses like, I don't know, he's got a weird sense of, they both got a very interesting sense of style, you know, both people, but they've got immense confidence. Like you can tell Kyle Kolinsky thinks he looks like a fucking stud, you know, he really, you know what I mean? Like he thinks he looks amazing type of thing. So I kind of like people like that. I kind of like people who have weird senses, weird personal styles, but they also have a lot of confidence in what they're into, you know, even if it's objectively bad. I think it can kind of make it look good.
Scam meme coin ran that scam on all his supporters. He's hawking watches for $100,000 and crypto bullshit and selling out right in front of our faces to foreign billionaires. And I mean, the list goes on and on. You all know this. So since the vibes have shifted, Rogan is trying to slowly tiptoe out of that MAGA room. Now, it's hard because now he's friends with J.D. Vance. He's friends with Donald Trump. He still has on Elon Musk like every other month to suck him off. And so he's in this weird position, right? Where he has this deeply unpopular political position. And do you lean into that? Do you try to back out of the room slowly? But largely, the path he's chosen is, let me, like, every now and then I'll, like, tepidly criticize Trump, but then move right on and go shit on liberals and leftists some more. But people are noticing these moments now more commonly. I don't know about that one.
Big up Josie. Can you believe this dude's married to a woman? Leave Carl Kolinsky alone, man. Come on, guys. Don't be mean to Carl Kolinsky.
Talking about Trump. And so here we have another example of it here. But man, I'm curious what all you guys think about this, but I'll tell you my thoughts when it's over. And I'm so sick of this horse shit. If you are not going to come out and say, I was wrong, he's a scam artist, he's a warmonger, he's on the Epstein list, I shouldn't have endorsed him, and Kamala would have been better. If you're not going to say that, do me a favor and go to Shut the Fuck Upsville. Just shut the fuck up. Okay. Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in you trying to do, PR management, crisis management. I'm not interested in that. Because that's functionally what this is. This is crisis management. He went full MAGA, and now to try to maintain some credibility, he's tiptoeing back to just enlightened centrism, right? I wasn't even full MAGA. I mean, I got some left-wing ideas and some right-wing ideas, bro. I'm like in neither.
Honestly, I love his impression of Rogan. Carl Kolinsky's impression of Rogan is so bad, it's really good. I love how much he hates Rogan. Yeah, bro. Look at his impression of Rogan. I fucking love it. I love Carl Kolinsky's impression of Rogan. Yeah.
He's tiptoeing back to just enlightened centrism, right? I wasn't even full mega. I mean, I got some left-wing ideas and some right-wing ideas, bro. I'm like in neither tribe, bro. Really? Then why'd you go to the inauguration and why'd you endorse Trump? So it's just, he's trying to go back to enlightened centrism to try to save face, but we're on to you. All right, let's watch it.
There's two things that are insane. One is the targeting of migrant workers, not cartel members, not gang members, not drug dealers, just construction workers showing up in construction sites and raiding them, gardeners.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Or Palestinian students on college campuses.
Hitting that vape. Look at him. Look at Carl Kolinsky hitting that neon green vape. Taking that neon green vape straight to the face. Legend.
Or not, like there's a Turkish. Did you see this video of this Turkish students at Tufts University that wrote an essay, and then there's a video of like ICE agents, like I don't
Is
know.
that the woman?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was her essay about? It was just critical of Israel, right?
Just critical of Israel. Yeah, I mean,
and that's enough to get you kicked out of the country.
There's a long history of anti-colonial activism in U.S. colleges, that led to South Africa changing and all of that, and I think this is a continuation of that.
Bro, this is kind of crazy. Like, who could have seen that he was going to go after people at construction sites and stuff, bro? I mean, that's kind of just people working. I don't know if people would have supported that if they knew he was going to do that. Joe, it wasn't very subtle. Here's what they were holding up at the RNC. Mass deportation now. Now, some of you might be kind enough to say, yeah, but Joe Rogan didn't realize the mass deportations would entail going after innocent people. But my response to that is, if that's the case, he's dumber than I thought. Because any mass deportation, there's not enough violent criminals in the country, not enough undocumented immigrant violent criminals to do a mass deportation.
Powerful bunch.
I like this gay guy. He makes good gay points.
Relax, man. Everyone needs to chill on Carl Kolinsky. Chill. This is my guy. Chill.
Through them in 2 or 3 days, a week at most. There's only like 10,000 or fewer undocumented immigrant violent criminals. So if you connect any dots whatsoever or do any research whatsoever, you'll walk away going, oh, you can't do mass deportations without going after innocent people. So I cannot take this seriously. By the way, not only do you have the mass deportation signs and Trump repeating over and over, I'm going to do a mass deportation, you also have this very famous moment during the debate. You guys remember this?
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that...
They're eating the dogs. Yo, Trump is such a liar, man. I fucking love the lies, man. Just straight up lies. Just fuck it. It's the feeling. I have to get across the feeling, So let me just lie so people know what's at stake. They're eating the dogs
that live there. And this is what's happening in our country.
That was about legal immigrants. That was about legal immigrants. Legal. Every single article written about it, every single discussion had about it, pointed out he's talking about legal immigrants eating cats and dogs. It was a total lie originating in fucking Nazi spaces, and it was about legal immigrants. Legal. So not only is it to do a mass deportation, not only do you have, is it not only undocumented immigrant violent criminals, it's also just undocumented immigrants who otherwise are good people, working hard, taking care of their family, etc. But it's also...
I just don't understand why. I'm pretty sure it's easier said than done. I just don't get why they didn't identify some big criminal gang leader people in the beginning and paraded them around as look, this is how ICE is working. This is how this mass deportation policy has been put into action. Look at the effects. Look what we did. Look who we got off the streets. And, read their rap sheet or, leaked it to the press, what they've done, and then got the public on their side. They should have started with that first. And then if you want to do mass deportation of just regular people working regular jobs, fair, do whatever you want. But they should have got a win in their book first. You can't start off by talking about, mass deportations and trying to get rid of, trying to eradicate MS-13, but then you're deporting hairdressers and shit, you have to give yourself a chance to win, and they didn't really give themselves a chance to win.
legal immigrants. Legal immigrants. All right, more. This is only from this is from recent June 12th, fucking month ago. Exclusive. Trump.
Big up my nuts. Is this your boy, AZ? Yeah, this is my boy. I like Carl Kolinsky.
Administration tells migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela their legal status is terminated. So yet again, let me reiterate, Trump is saying these legal immigrants, I am now declaring them illegal, and I'm going to kick them out of the country. That's what he's saying here. So these aren't undocumented violent criminals and gangsters. These are legal immigrants, and he's kicking them out of the country. Remember this? This just came out July 2nd. Trump's attack on citizenship escalates with new DOJ denaturalization plan.
Imagine that.
Denaturalization, yet again, what does that mean? They're going after legal immigrants who have become naturalized citizens. Here's Trump. Remember when he had Bukele, the fascist dictator here? Listen to what Trump says here. And this is not the first time he said it. He just started saying it louder and louder and louder. Listen to this.
We also have homegrown criminals that push people into subways, that hit elderly ladies on the back of the head with a baseball bat when they're not looking, that are absolute monsters. I'd like to include them in the group of people to get them out of the country.
So now, not only is it
Powerful bunch.
Big up Black American.
Musical notes emoji. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Musical notes emoji. Eat the cat. Musical notes emoji.
Big up Black American.
Violent criminals. Not only is it undocumented immigrants who aren't criminals, not only is it legal immigrants, now he's saying, let's just take like American criminals and send them to a concentration camp in El Salvador with no due process and no habeas corpus where they get tortured and have to be there forever. Remember, guys, they sent a guy with a mom and dad tattoo to a concentration camp and said, those are gang tattoos. We're sending you to the concentration camp.
Anyway, you get the point. Big up Carl Kolinsky. Ripping into Trump, ripping into Rogan. Doesn't seem to be the biggest fan of Rogan anymore. I'd actually love to see him go back on Rogan, especially with all his hate for Rogan recently. I'd love to see them go back and forth and duel as to whether or not Rogan's a fucking shill, a this or that. I'd love to see it. I'd love to fucking see it. Won't probably happen now because, you know, these guys and their fucking safety and shit, but I'd love to see it. Anyways, let's move on. Let's do 50 minutes of shame. There's a new fucking Johnny Somali update I went to quickly check out too, about him getting scammed or something. The updates, the title cut to 15 minutes of shame is as follows. Johnny Somali gets backstabbed. Johnny Somali gets backstabbed by movie producer exclusive. Let's play this. I'm curious to see what happened here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do have some breaking news. You may or may not know that in a couple days, the documentary on Johnny Somali by Alex Novell is going to release. Now, I haven't... Ladies and gentlemen, I do have some breaking news. You may or may not know that in a couple days, the documentary on Johnny Somali by Alex Novell is going to release. Now, I haven't watched it yet, but I was able to interview Alex about the documentary ahead of time, and he dropped a bomb. Basically, he screwed Johnny Somali out of 30 grand by having them sign a bogus contract that pretty much relinquished all their rights. Today, we'll take a look at my interview with him as well as the footage of Johnny and Hank signing the contract.
Okay.
This is hilarious. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so just to clarify, I'm talking to you. This is Sunday. Your documentary is dropping in 4 days. You agreed to give me an interview after the documentary aired. You say there's some bombshells in there, so I haven't seen it. I don't know anything. I'm looking forward to it. But what can you tell me about Johnny, your financial agreement with Johnny?
So, when, like, initially I reached out to make this documentary on Johnny, I just, like, joined his Discord server and was like, I said, like, hey, bro, I can get you set free. I'll get in touch with the State Department and get them to free you. Just meet up with me in Korea. And he said, yeah, sounds good. I need your help. And so I, like, obviously that was, like, kind of cap a little bit. I just wanted to, like, get the interview with the guy and actually talk to him and shit. And he's just so focused at all times about, like, defending himself and shit. So I was like, all right, well, like,
get to the point, brother, please.
like, how can I give you something that you want here
Mhm.
so you'll talk to me?
Fee for credits, probably.
Because again, like I'm not gonna pay someone for an interview. So that was like the premise initially. I book a flight to Korea.
Right, you promised him something that you knew you couldn't deliver.
Well, yeah, but
I don't have a problem with him. You know, I don't like.
No.
I find that hilarious.
I just think like do like a tiny bit of research on me. If you look at my YouTube channel, I'm constantly like pranking right-wing people and like I pranked Alex Jones. Like how am I in touch with Marco Rubio? How am I gonna be able to free you from Korea?
Jesus Christ.
That's just like, come on, bro. Like if you talk to me because I said that and that's the only reason, then like I don't know what to tell you.
That's on him. That's on him for not doing his research.
It's just a little bit of cap there. So, anyways, I get to Korea. Johnny, the day I land in Korea is the day that he does the call the police shirtless dancing in the street thing. And I was like, bro, please do not. Or no. That it was. Like a couple days before I left, he did the shirtless dancing in the street thing, and then when I got there, he was just like.
Now, from what I can understand, from what I get, Johnny Somali basically thinks that if he gets people's attention, like prominent people in the media and stuff, and gets them to bring his arrest in front of, I don't know, the courts or in front of someone in power in the fucking White House or something, it could get reversed. So whenever somebody comes around wanting something from Johnny Somali, like this guy went to film a documentary, Johnny Somali is quick to believe them if they tell him they've got a way out. That's what he wants. He just wants a way out of his situation. So I think he's just desperate to get any kind of a way out. But you know, the Roman door kind of closed pretty sharp. That's what they're saying basically here. But to be fair, I think this deserves watching the documentary. I don't think they're going to get much out of the director or the maker of the documentary. I think we're gonna get way more out of this by watching the actual documentary itself. So I think I'll leave that one there for now, and we'll watch the documentary when it does come out from this guy. What's his name? Alex Novell, right? I think Alex Novell. So it's gonna come out soon. I don't think it's available just yet. I think that's just a trailer, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think there might be a trailer for it, but it should be out next. But let's jump away from that now. Let's do. We did quite a bit already, haven't we? Why is everyone buying actually we've done quite a bit, haven't we? Okay, look, let's do a little bit of Wings of Redemption. Let's do a big up Breaking Banquet.
You can either donate $30 or you're getting banned. Like, why didn't nobody come in the back at all? He's cheating. You lay it down. Oh, come on, bar. Shutting the stream down.
The big up Breaking Banquet. What a fucking legend.
Say my name.
Breaking Banquet.
You're goddamn right.
Time to appear offline.
Rook ACOG. They gotta come to us now.
Can I just put the controller down and go back to sleep?
Oh, I got so many people push me out.
Don't say that yet.
I got Resident Evil 2 Platinum. Is that ping on him?
Yeah, great to know.
Yeah.
Woo! Didn't even get a hit on him. Got in master bedroom still.
Master bedroom
looking.
Master
on the B bomb master. Pushing towards the closet. Front of the closet.
It's the most. I know you have to do it because it's Call of Duty. I know whatever, some sort of, you know, what you call it, shooting game. I know you have to do it, but there's something really cringe about the way Skepta was doing it. You know, I know we have to do it. We'll have to record it into a mic to make it sound fucking crisp. But Jesus, some are definitely better than the others.
No way he just killed me like that. Oh my god.
Oh, he's cheating. I overswung it a little bit and shot to the side of his head, and he shot 15,000 bullets at me at the same time. Fuck you.
Playing these games every day and just complaining about what the other people are doing or how it's not unfair. It just seems so long, man. Honestly, just complaining every single day. It's like, god damn it, man. God damn it.
Like, why didn't
Smaller,
nobody
kinda
come in the
change
back at all?
We did what we always
not
do.
push
We
with
hit
you.
the front wall and then push back.
What's wrong with him? He's just sitting there resigned to his death.
Oh, nice. Good job.
We had Cam there too.
Oh, he's 1 health, dude. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I love it. Yeah, but he can't beat you on a long angle usually.
Shit.
Didn't he just do that with you a couple rounds
Exactly.
back?
They're fucking Cronus.
I was close.
You see his face when he gets called out. You see his face when he gets called out. Honestly, his face when he gets called out, like, what? No.
I love it. Yeah, but he can't beat you on a long angle usually.
Shit.
Didn't he just do that with you a couple rounds back?
They're fucking
No.
Cronus.
I was close. All right,
It don't matter what range they are with that damn gun.
I'm teasing you, Wings.
I should have killed Orton. I put him at 20 health, but no.
Just buy a rare replay now.
I don't buy Nintendo games.
Fucking hell.
Valkyrie's in sight.
clear.
You gotta move soon.
Remember the cross
God,
mats
he's
on
fucking
both
laying
windows?
down.
Killed him!
Oh, that, blue.
Where?
Down Solarium still. Solarium stairs. Solarium stairs. You hear him?
5 seconds remain.
Solarium,
You gotta
what?
go!
Hey.
Jesus Christ, shit.
Oh,
Just give it up.
I'm just lost.
He got it, man. He's 1 health, man.
Because Jesus Christ, he's bad.
It's all good. It's all good. It happens. It's
Why
all
does
good.
this shit always happen to me with 1 health players, man?
She went prone right at kitchen door.
Look,
Maybe you should run the.
he's so mad. You can tell he's mad. You can tell he's fucking getting super mad at getting trolled.
Extended barrel instead of suppressor.
That was extended, bro.
Oh, that was extended?
Yeah.
Why am I not
think I don't
celebrating
see your
America's
drone,
birthday? Because
dumbass?
y'all motherfuckers give me no money to do it. Shit. Eat my dinner. It's a smash burger from Sonic. Chick-fil-A has like 2 milkshakes. They have like a peach and a vanilla and a chocolate.
Yep.
I don't fuck with Potworks, man. That ain't for me. Five Guys is not the best burger joint. The problem with Cookout and their shake.
And you see the way he eats, by the way, how he puts his entire fingers in his mouth as he's eating, maybe to lick off some of the residue. But he does that quite often. It's super disgusting. Let's see if you can see it here.
Is you got to eat them with a spoon. Like none of their shakes come ready to actually be used with a straw. You got to literally wait like 45 minutes for them bitches. It's basically just ice cream. When I was a child, I used to call them stinks. Dude, Jersey Mike's is fire. Absolute fire.
Really? Jersey
I tell you
Mike's,
what
okay.
sucks about Chick-fil-A is their grilled nuggets.
Is Jersey Mike's better than what's the other joint that you got the pizzas? Is it better than Uncle Paulie's? I know Joe Diaz always talks about that place. Is Jersey Mike's better than Uncle Paulie's or whatever? Let me know in stream chat.
Fucking hey, dog. It's fucking Goryo.
Okay, cool.
Arcade.
I got robbed that round. I got so robbed.
Why do you say I sound like that, Lochi?
I can't wait till they take these ACOMs off these motherfuckers, dude. You had the Claymore's Palace.
We got a stream chat. Richard did nothing wrong. He's gonna get his fingers sniffed. That chair is screaming mercy. Exactly. We got Chris Mack. Jersey Mike's is better than Subway. Okay, cool. Good to know.
We ban it now. Kate, Bandit, Kate Bandit, Kate Bandit.
Bandit.
Kate can be two-root trick. Bandit pretty much can't.
Jesus Christ.
Woo!
Wait, hang on. Keep crawl away.
What the hell?
Everybody else lagging?
No.
No. Just me?
Yep, just you, brother.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
What
my
the
God.
fuck?
Oh, shit.
Good job, there.
Did
Wings
the chair
getting
kick you
DDoS.
out?
Okay,
Did we just discover our new glitch?
Yeah, don't go anywhere near that
Hopefully
room.
that works.
Karen, get back in here, Wings.
I'm coming.
No, you definitely don't come a lot. That's right.
Kaid freezer.
Okay.
Oh, he's out. Cocktail.
Not really, just another instrument to
Yeah,
put in.
yeah,
isn't it,
just shot at
maybe?
Wings.
Okay.
You need any more assurances?
No.
15 seconds.
He's right there.
He's mugging it.
God damn it.
All friendlies have been eliminated.
Kitty.
I wish I had gone to 6 for that Lucy and I would have tore him a new asshole.
Cat, I can't have you laying on me right now.
Why
Right, what are we banning now?
Hello.
One guy's hanging around white stairs. One guy's hanging out the double door of red. Guy above me on white.
I'm coming white. I'm coming down brown. I'm coming down brown.
Oh, come on. Bar.
Cat! He ran the bar. That's crazy.
Your chat's active. They just are more interested in talking about me and unemployment.
That was a couple hours ago.
The USS Fresh is
Motherfucker, you think I like yelling at y'all? Like, yes. Shit. I keep telling y'all we can't out-frag the enemy team, so stop trying.
You've made a career and a job of 20 years of yelling and cussing everybody
Exactly.
out.
I don't cuss people out now.
You used to.
No, I didn't.
I mean, Chief, we just need to stop using meta weapons.
Oh, you told what's your pod bar? This is laugh. Look at this laugh. So good.
Yeah, Mr. Wings, you won't even let me play Call of Duty with you unless I don't use a meta weapon.
No,
so you have a 0.7 KD.
Get your plates, get your plates, get your plates! I'll get Hatch.
Jesus.
I remember me and Wings had our 1v1, banned me from using the R4C.
Switching mags. Clip Swag Kelly, you can either donate $30 or you're getting banned. How about that? How about that? How about we resurface that? I hate when people use that lot. The recently resurfaced. Been on the internet for 15 years. It's not even being hidden. It literally sits on in the list of PKAs.
Okay, brother, you're a hard man now. Thank you for telling us. Fucking hell. Unlucky for Wings. Things aren't gonna get any better anytime soon. So I'm gonna pause it there. Unlucky for Wings, things are not gonna get any better anytime soon for Big Up Wingo. Big Up Blood Clot Wingo. Cool. Moving on. Let's do. Oh, we done quite a few, innit? We done quite a few already. Actually, let's do the Texas. Oh no, let's not do that. That's gonna make everyone bummed out. Let's not do that. Let's move on from that one. Let's do quickly check their Reddits. Let's see what I've missed out on the Reddit so far. Brendan got any Reddit posts yet? Let's see. Any Reddit posts from Brendan? Then we can move on. Yeah, we got everybody in the stream chat. Smash the like button, hit subscribe, become a member. We're trying to hit 500 members by the end of July. We're currently about 120ish, I think, judging by the bar at the bottom. Yeah, we're at 120 at the moment. Thank you everyone that joined. If you want to help us hit that 500 member target, become a member by clicking the link in the description. Give the membership by pressing the little cash app thing on the on the chat box. You can also opt in for a free membership or gifted one via the link in the description too. All that good shit, appreciate. Of course, if you don't give that, then just like the stream, subscribe to the channel, turn your notification bell on, all that sort of shit. You feel me? Help a brother out. Help a brother out. Anyway, let's continue. Brendan, Instagram. What's going on here? With these kids with the fireworks. Nice. Very responsible, by the way. Very, very, very responsible. With these kids buying fireworks. Did he get the car wrapped or is this a new truck? What are you guys saying in the stream chat? Is this a new truck or did he get wrapped? What are we thinking? Is this new or is this wrapped? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Okay, I guess that's the car then, right? Ford F350 Retro. That's the car, I guess. Cool. He's enjoying himself with new cars. There's a video of him hanging out with other adults, by the way. There's a video of Brendan hanging out with other adults. This is very rare. Hanging out with other adults that aren't comedians or Rogan friends or whatever. Let's hear what he has to say. Let's hear Brendan interacting with normal human beings.
Let's go! Let's go, baby! Big dog! Big dog! Big dog! Hey, y'all hang out over
To be fair, it does seem like a nice little neighborhood. I'm not gonna lie. It does seem like a nice little cul-de-sac. They've just been there a month or so, and they've already been opened. They've already had their, everyone around them has opened up their arms to them. Within a month or so, their kids are hanging out with the other kids. The dads seem to be, bonding well. It's actually kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. But obviously, it's kind of sad on Brendan's side of it because he's been around these other people he thinks are his real friends. But when it all came down, all those guys disappeared. So it's just cool to see this happening because most likely you can imagine the threesomes would be crazy. But yeah, let's continue. Let's play the video.
Over here in case we got to jump behind something.
Hey, get high too. Get high.
Nice. Oh yeah, big up Mr. Steal Your Girl. Big up Mr. Steal Your Girl. Big up Mr. Steal Your Girl. Yeah, watch a bit of the Schaub show. Before we end, watch a bit of the Schaub show actually. Thank you for reminding me. Watch a bit of the Schaub show. Actually, we'll do it now. Fuck that. We'll do it now. I think it's here. We'll do it now. Big up Mr. Steal Your Girl. Let's watch a bit of that. Probably do about 15 minutes of Schaub show. Then I'm going to end and we're going to be back again tomorrow, okay? Let's do a little bit of Schaub show because there's a new episode, but I don't think there's anything clip worthy. I don't think anyone's clipped it, but let's see if there's anything that we can see here. If we watch it ourselves. Where is it? What the fuck? Should I have all these tabs? No. Whistleblower, join Somali, no. Which one is it? Or did I not load it up already? Oh, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There, is that it? No, that's not the one. Rumble, nope. Nope. There we go. There we go. We finally got it. Schaub Show, episode number 442. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Smash the like button, hit subscribe, all that good shit. Let's go.
And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
Coming at you, yeah. It's Monday, July 7th. It is a beautiful July 7th. It's Big J Schaub's B-Day. Bam, bam, bam.
Oh, shit, it is?
Yeah, it is, dude.
What a great birthday, huh? What a great birthday. Most of the time is going to be spent talking about the lawsuit. Why is it? Am I projecting? Or am I reading too much into it? Or whenever he starts these shows by himself, he's always like looking like he's got a million things on his mind. What do you guys think? Or am I projecting a little bit too much? I feel like when he starts these shows, he tries to overcompensate. He's super energetic, loud, bubbly and shit. Trying to act like nothing's bothering him. But if you look at those eyes, a lot of things are bothering him right now, He's going through it. We probably would never say it, but yeah. I don't know. Let's continue.
How old is he?
44. 2 years older than me.
44. Wow.
We're Irish twins. 18 months apart. But yeah, he's 44. What's popping, dudes? Happy birthday to Mr. J Schaub.
Happy
Shark
birthday,
Eyes Doll
Jay.
Smile in the house.
Big up the rinks, yo AZ. You going to Chappelle Lacey's show in London? He's playing before Oasis show in London. Maybe. If I've got time, maybe. Why not? Her Chappelle Lacey's comedy is actually pretty decent. I'll be curious to see what it's like in person. So yeah, I might do. Don't know when that date is allegedly, but I might do. The Oasis tour started already in Cardiff, innit, as well. That's looked fucking amazing, by the way. If the day happens as well for the London Oasis show, I may actually check lastminute.com to see what the tickets are saying. I might actually pop in. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, big up you.
He's the best.
He's the best. It finally stopped raining here in Austin.
Dude, that was crazy.
Never
it's like a typhoon.
Never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
I'm in some rainstorms in Denver.
Are we not going to mention RIP to the people that passed away? Or are we going to speak about our experience with the rain and not acknowledge the people who suffered the worst, right? Who suffered in ways unimaginable by losing loved ones in their family and shit. Let's not talk about it. Let's talk about how it affected us.
I was in one really bad when I was touring in Baltimore. I've never seen anything like the rain we've got for 4 or 5 days there, ever. Yep. And obviously there was the flooding. Just tragic at that Mystic all-girls camp right there on the river. My first reaction was, I was like, what? I was like, get them out of there. But it was like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. They had a 30-minute notice. And then it was just filled up like 27 feet. Just took over everything. So you got missing kiddos. I can't imagine
True.
I don't want to kick the
Very, very
podcast
true.
off with this because it's so negative, but I can't imagine. Can't imagine, man. But the weather's been absolutely insane. It's good now. It's gonna be good all week, but it's been crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. How was your July 4th, Chin?
It was cool.
Chin was supposed to come. So I haven't invited Brian, right? I want to keep the riffraff out of here.
Yeah.
Chin was supposed to come to the block party that my neighborhood had, and then text me the day before and was like, "Hey, can I bring me?"
I feel so bad.
Can I bring me and 5 friends? I was like, "Well, no, dude.
No, dude. That's kind of my like,
Jesus
so
Christ.
just to give you like a heads up, like, I know you're not gonna be cool with it, so I'm
it's
just
like your way of to make
letting
sure
you
I
know.
say no.
Yeah. But I wanted to go, but I had no choice because people are
Yeah,
visiting.
people in town. I get it. No, I knew what was going on. I was like, no.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, you
we know
what's
each
up.
other. Yeah, we know.
You know what's up, dude.
Ew, Chin. Like, he's doing a lot of more glazing he's ever done before on his show, but it makes sense because he's definitely moved to Austin, Texas for fucking what's my man's name? You know what I mean? But that was weird, man. Chin trying to remind Brendan that they're very cool friends. They're brothers, essentially.
I knew what was going on. I was like, no.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, you know
we know
what's
each
up.
other. Yeah, we know.
You know what's
Ew.
up, dude. It was all good. I'm telling you, man, best July 4th I've ever had.
Really?
Hands down, not even close.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Just
What a great to start the show. They talk about the floods and how it affected them. They mentioned briefly what affected 50 plus people when I left it last. They're probably gonna rip somebody else on the timeline who's associated with Daniel Roseberry and shit. One moment he was a fucking darling, next moment, everyone's questioning his design chops and shit. It's fucking wild. It's fucking wild. Let's continue.
fantastic because my kiddo's being born and raised in LA. Out there, there's droughts and shit and fires, so I get it. But with the fireworks, there's no fireworks stands. You can smuggle some in through your ass through Mexico, but for fireworks, I'm not doing all that for the kiddos. And out here, we went to a fireworks stand literally like a mile from the house, and they had
everything.
And I was like, hey, I got to put a performance on. I'm new to the neighborhood. He's like, I got you. And he just loaded up. And dude, I put on a fucking straight up Disneyland experience.
Really?
Yeah.
So how do the cops, they don't care about?
No, they don't care out here.
That's sweet.
I mean, it was legit, dude. So legit. The next morning I had to clean up, took for a hot second.
Yeah.
It was so legit. And to see my kids, again, I grew up doing that in Denver, where there's M80s, there's the freaking windy things, there's the snakes, there's all that stuff, the Roman candles. But my kids have never done any of that stuff. They've had some sparklers, which are kind of lame. But to have them close to it, obviously super dangerous, but have them super close to it, they were freaking out.
Yeah.
We got home and everyone, my mother-in-law, father-in-law, Joe, the boys, we were sat down and a consensus. They're like, that's the best holiday we've ever had.
Wow.
That's our first holiday here. It was insane,
Awesome.
dude. And then after, dude, I got a little awkward. It was also really cool.
Okay.
I was just like, oh, okay. I
Little
fire
upgrade
off all
for
the,
there
was the big boys that you see at Disneyland shoot into the air. And There's one that was 2 minutes long, 4 minutes long. And I had two that were 3 minutes long. So for the finale, I lit two at the same time.
Jesus Christ.
And then as it stopped, everyone's cheering. And one of the neighbors starts going, USA, USA.
Oh, so funny.
And then all the other neighbors all
joined
I think, they were drinking. They're all, USA, USA. I'm like, God, dog, we ain't in LA anymore.
It's like
Holy
meeting up.
shit. Turn around, one dude.
This reminds me of, it's like meeting up your friends after the fact on the night out. But then you meet up to them, they're in various states of debauchery, That's what I think happens there. Most people could probably afford to go, but they don't want to because, come on, it's just a day, Exactly. But I guess if you've got ready to wear, you probably aren't allowed just to design, accessories only. I think you have to be able to design ready to wear clothing as well too. But hey, what do I know? Absolutely nada. Okay, people, I'm going to love you and leave you now. I'm going to love you and leave you. And we're going to come back on the other side for more of this stuff. We're going to finish all the stuff in the morning. No, actually it's going to be Taz. No, maybe I'll finish this first and then do Taz. That's what I'll do. And then we're going to do Golden. Oh yeah, Golden Hour clips. Shit. Okay, I've got all of this to react to as well tomorrow when I wake up. So I'll react to the Schaub show. We'll react to the Golden Hour. I've got to react to all those clips I pulled from that. and some other bits and bobs as well. So please forgive me for the lack of getting through these points quickly. Please forgive me, but we'll hopefully be back again. Not hopefully, we will be back again later. Okay? Smash the like button, hit subscribe. Don't be lame. Make sure you fucking subscribe to the channel. All that good shit. And I'll see you guys again later on today. I'll see you guys again for more. But smash the like button, hit subscribe. All that good shit. We'll be back later, okay? We'll be back later on. Thank you for tuning in, people. Thank you for tuning in. See ya. Peace.